So welcome to another exciting episode with your host Tamym25 on the show Grow Your Food. And today we are back in the garden and we have got so much work to do you wouldn't believe. I mean, the sun is out, day looks good, we're going to crack on with all this work we've got to do. And today we are looking at garden maintenance, and basically there's a lot of things that we're going to run through today, so buckle up and get ready for the ride. So one of the first things we're going to look at today is my pear tree, and as you can tell by the way that it looks, it's leaning. It's completely leaning. It's normally straight, but it's actually leaning due to the weight of these pears. There's so many pears on the tree. I'm sure you probably can see that. This is a special kind of dwarf pear tree which produces a huge amount of pears, but it also means that it makes the tree extremely heavy. So we're gonna make a post today to actually prop this tree back up again against where it should be. So we're going to crack on with that. Following after that, we're going to be doing some de-weeding. As you can tell over here, the onions are all ready to be harvested. All the shoots are gone, so we'll pull the onions out of the ground and leave them to dry. Sunflowers, we're going to look at the sunflower seeds which are in there, and I'll show you how you get your sunflower seeds out of your focus out of the we'll show you how to get the sunflower seeds out of the actual sunflower head. Also, we have actually managed to get some broccoli. Look at this little fella, broccoli. Not a lot, not enough for one mouthful, but we have managed to get some broccoli, and this one here is cauliflower, and that's the broccoli. So yeah, and then we've got a lot of de-weeding to do, as you can tell. I went away for 2.5 weeks, came back, and that's what I came back to. Overgrowth everywhere. So we're just gonna run through everything. Also, the blackberry bush, it's done its duty. There's a blackberry there. There you go. There's a blackberry bush. There's a blackberry there. So yeah, we harvested some. We didn't get to eat some because we weren't here. And also, a lot of you's been asking me about the tomato plants, and yeah, even though we started growing quite late in the season, we got some tomatoes. So we're going to go through this, but the magical bathtub that grows absolutely everything. Rip out what's not supposed to be there, keep what's supposed to be there. And this is the seeds, the coriander seeds, you see that? So we're going to harvest all the coriander seeds, so we've got them for next year. And that's about it, I think. We've got a couple of chilies on this plant here. You guys can see the chili there. So we're going to get them out and just see what we can maintain while we're in this position. I mean, this is the problem, you see, when you go away, you come back and your garden's like a nightmare. Also, we've got the potatoes, which are also growing, and the bell pepper plants. I don't think they're going to be able to produce anything by the end of the season, so we're going to have to squash the idea on the bell pepper plants. But tomato plant's growing well, so there should be some. So the potato plant is growing very well. There should be some potatoes in there as we dig through and check it out. And we got to cut this bloody grass as well. Grass maintenance is very, very important. I always leave my grass to overgrow, because grass actually produces its own grass seed, which looks like this. This is what grass seed looks like. This is it here. So that's basically grass seed, and if you let that grow over, it falls onto the grass itself, and then you get nice lush growth like this. We'll chop this down and then we'll see how it looks afterwards. So yeah, it's just basic maintenance today, just to check everything over. I'll show you how everything looks afterwards, because obviously you guys can tell from the camera shot that everything looks quite overgrown, and I'll do another camera shot once we've finished to show you how it all looks when we've done it all to maintain everything. Right, so as you can tell, it looks a bit different now since we got how long the grass was, man. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So just finishing up cutting the grass, and I thought before I do that, because there's actually some pears that have fallen off the tree, and I mean some of these look just recently fallen off, so these will be okay. But I've actually mowed over a couple. Oh no, murder on the lawn. So yeah, I've run over a couple because obviously the pear tree's touching the ground. So what I've just done quickly is I've made this. It's about way long, about 1 meter long, and I just sharpened the end a little bit just to make it drive into the ground easier, and then just prop it up against the tree, and hopefully that'll be enough support for it for now. So yeah, that's what we're going to do next, and then I'll show you what that looks like once I've done it. Just wanted to show you guys, you know, you just need to get a piece of wood, just make it pointy at the end so it'll drive easy into the ground. Get yourself a hammer, and we're just going to literally just drive that straight into the ground like that. And this side, then obviously the side that you cut a bit more sort of thinner is going to be into the ground like an angle. Then this will prop up against the tree, and then that's how it should look. So we'll check in with you when we've done this. Right, so we've driven that plank into the pear tree, not into the pear tree, sorry, into the ground like that, and then propped it up against one of the sturdy branches right onto the tip of it like that. So that's holding the pear tree nice and high. It shouldn't move even with wind, like as you can see it's windy a little bit. It should hold the pear tree in place while the roots recover from I mean, I was really lucky this didn't just fall over, because I have a washing line that runs like that, and literally the pear tree was resting up against it. If that wasn't there, that would have been bye 150 pears. But this pear tree has done a marvellous job this year in producing lots and lots of fruit without any questions. So looking forward to eating some of these pears. So yeah, and on pear trees as well, one really important thing, I don't know if you can see that branch has gone well high now. I'll bend this branch down so you can see this. So on your pear tree you might get some fruit that starts to rot on the tree. If this happens, it's a disease on the fruit which can actually affect the whole tree. So sooner you spot this, you just take them off, because they're going to make other fruit rot as well, because it is like a fungi disease that goes on the tree. So I'm going to take that off now, and just check for other general sort of maintenance. Any fruit that's got any heavy bruising, scarring, you might as well remove them, because they'll probably have some sort of insect inside them. But so far everything looks a-okay. Not that many issues on it really. So we're going to crack on here, and we'll check back in with you when we've moved forward with it. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today in today's episode is water butts. Now obviously what I've done is I've got my brown bin. Now if you live in the UK, certain parts of the UK anyway, the council give you 3 bins. One's brown, one's blue, and one's green. And obviously one of them is for whichever colours you have in whatever area you live in, if you do get them obviously. One of them is for all your green stuff, so garden waste, all the grass cuttings, that goes in that bin. So basically what I've done, because I have my own compost maker in my garden, I thought, why the hell do I need to use their brown bin and give them my compost for free? So I jacked their bin that they gave to me, converted it into a water butt, and then there's a water saving scheme that is happening in the south, which should be moving up to the north hopefully, where they're giving you a free water butt. So this bloody thing here is free of charge. I didn't have to pay for it. I got this for free as part of a water saving plan in the south. And basically what I'm going to do today, I'm going to tee off that brown one into this one, so then I've got 2 water butts technically to actually water my garden from, and rainwater is the best water for your plants. It's 100% better than any water you can get from the tap, because taps contain the water that you get in for your tap contains so many chemicals. I will list the main chemicals that you get in your water from your tap, and that's what you're feeding to your plants, and then your plants are absorbing the waters, because obviously that's where they gain their nutrients from, as well as the sun and the dirt. But they're absorbing that, and then if they're producing food for you to eat, you're then consuming all that rubbish back into your body again, and then you wonder why the food isn't working the way it's supposed to, or give you the benefit it should give you. Yeah, this is really important. A lot of people don't talk about this stuff, but it's real. It really is the case. If what you're putting in, it all depends on where it comes from in the ground. So, you know, watering with rainwater is really, really important. I mean, obviously we get plenty of water in England, which makes it so much easier to grow stuff, but yeah, in the summer times, you know, these are full all the way to the brim, and I'm using the water from these, and you know, it's very rare I end up using water from the tap, because I know what crap's in there and I don't want to eat that stuff. So we're just going to connect this thing up. I'll show you how I've done it, and we'll check in with you in a minute. Right, so here's what we've done. Obviously that feeds straight into the bin, and obviously it's full of water. This one's a little bit of water because we're just finishing doing that. Drilled a hole a little bit lower, run the feed pipe straight into here. Use the copper thing because it wasn't long enough, the hose, so I just improvised it slightly. This should be fine. The fitting's proper tight, so, and I've used their actual plug to hold this pipe in place. So yeah, that should fill up with some lovely water, and then and that's that complete. So yeah, use your brain, guys. Use your brown bin as your water butt. It's quite easy to do. And now we've got a secondary one, so plenty of water for the garden. So this is the end result of today's gardening show. We have managed to clear all of the junk, re-straighten the tree. Give a little tour what we've done today. Obviously mowed the lawn, cleared out all the weeds in the buckets. Bathtub looks clean. I'll actually show you some. We got rid of all the fennel plants, shoots that were flowering. I don't need any more fennel than what I've already got. Thank you. Obviously we've got the thyme. We've got two parsley plants. One was flowering. I chopped that down a little bit. Don't need any more parsley. And the tomato plant, I re-straightened them up because they were all falling everywhere because I hadn't been here. They've shot up, and they have grown some tomatoes there. We've got some, and one fell off while I was doing this, so I've had to put that to one side. But I wanted to show you guys something on tomato plants. They're called suckers. In between these two grows here, there is another plant growing in between. This is called a sucker, and if you don't take these off, they basically this is another tomato plant. So if you've grown one plant and you want another one, all you've got to do is rip this off like that, and you can put this into the ground like so, and it will grow into another tomato plant. But we don't want that because we've got enough, so we'll throw it this way. But that's what they are, and you need to remove all of them that you can see growing on your plant, otherwise your tomato plant will keep doing it and not grow the fruit properly, and then you'll end up with really small tomatoes or not ripe tomatoes by the end of the season. So I've ran through this. I've got the majority of them off, but some of them are still on there. We've just been out here all day, and it's taking it out a little bit, so we've got to come back and finish that off, hopefully. But that's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about with the tomato plant. Over here now you get to see the chilli plant a little bit better. There's one chilli so far growing on there. Obviously I haven't been here, so all the other ones that were growing obviously have been slightly neglected. Even here there's like 2 buds here growing, and these 2 buds obviously will form chilli plant. Chilli, sorry, not chilli plant, chilli. And basically just got to make sure I keep watering, because that's basically what's happened, is the non-watering. And even there's been a strawberry growing, and it's not very good to eat anymore, I don't think, that strawberry. And then we just cleared up the bed again. All the onions have come out. I'll show you what we've harvested so far. Didn't get to do the sunflower seeds, so we'll do that another day. I'll show you how you basically harvest the sunflower seeds. They're just basically inside there. You just take these, the tops of these off, like that. And then inside, behind that is all the seeds. Behind all these are the seeds, and you basically can harvest all the seeds that are in there, to either eat or to grow more sunflowers. It's up to you. And we've got a nice little sunflower going down. Oh, what a shot. Look, we've got a little flying thing on there, hovering away, creating more sunflower seeds. Go on, mate, eat them all. And yeah, just leveled off the broccoli plant and the cauliflower. I don't know if this is going to produce anything worth eating, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, so that's the pear tree. It's been held up by that plank at the moment. Got a bigger one if it needs it in the future. Water butt is now plugged in, ready for action. So yeah, we'll hopefully get that, using that soon. And obviously potato plant is there. Kept 3 of the bell pepper plants, or 4 of them I think. And yeah, there's potatoes actually starting to push through now as well, which is pretty awesome. So harvesting of that will be coming up very, very soon. So this is what we harvested today. Some pears, obviously, and onions. Lots and lots of onion. We've harvested loads of these, so they're all ready to eat. Any onions that are left with their vines, like this one, you can leave it to dry out. And then the onion will form a perfect onion in terms of inside, and it will mature and keep well. A lot of people would say to take these out when they've still got their green shoots on, and then leave them to dry in the sun, but I don't really see any difference in doing it that way, or just leaving them in the ground until their things die off naturally. It's just if you want to weave them into like an onion hanging thing, then you leave them like that, but otherwise it doesn't actually make any difference to the onion's quality. So thanks for joining me on another episode of Grow Your Own Food with your host Tamym25, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, all the links are in the description at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you hit a like on the video, and make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, to make sure to subscribe to the channel in order to get more updates on a monthly basis on our new part of the channel, which is Grow Your Own Food. Peace!